Hold everything, Celtics fans. What seemed like a minor setback has just escalated into a potentially series-altering development as breaking news emerges about Jason Tatum's wrist injury. Despite the Boston Celtics taking a commanding 2-0 lead over the Orlando Magic in their Eastern Conference first-round playoff matchup, a bombshell report from Mass Live's Brian Robb has sent shockwaves through the organization and its fanbase. According to Robb's exclusive insider information, Tatum's injury isn't just a day-to-day concern. It's a condition that could take several weeks to fully heal. This revelation dramatically changes the playoff landscape for a Boston team that entered the postseason as heavy favorites to capture the NBA championship. The injury occurred during Game 1 when Orlando's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope committed a flagrant foul on Tatum in the fourth quarter, causing the Celtics superstar to take a hard fall. While initially downplayed as a precautionary measure when Tatum sat out Game 2, this new timeline suggests a far more serious situation than the team has publicly acknowledged. What makes this particularly alarming is that it breaks Tatum's incredible streak of 114 consecutive playoff appearances dating back to his rookie season in 2017 to 2018, highlighting the severity of his condition. For perspective, the last time Boston played a playoff game without their cornerstone forward was 9 years ago, before Tatum even donned the iconic green and white uniform that has made him a household name across the basketball world. The timing couldn't be worse for a Celtics team that has spent the entire season positioning themselves as the East's premier contender. Tatum's absence creates a fascinatingly complex strategic dilemma for head coach Joe Mazzulla and the Boston front office. With a comfortable 2-0 series lead already secured on their home court, the organization must now navigate a delicate risk-reward calculation. Should they push their franchise player back into action prematurely, or take the conservative approach and potentially sacrifice short-term playoff momentum? What makes this decision particularly challenging is the multidimensional nature of Tatum's injury. As Rob detailed in his reporting, Tatum's absence is a pain tolerance and mobility issue, rather than a structural concern that comes with a definitive timeline. This ambiguity creates a situation where Tatum could potentially play through discomfort, but risk aggravating the condition into something more serious that might derail Boston's championship aspirations entirely. The prospect of resting their superstar for potentially the remainder of the first round becomes even more tempting when considering Boston's performance without him in Game 2. Despite missing Tatum's 27.6 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 4.9 assists per game, the Celtics still managed to secure a 109-100 victory behind Jaylen Brown's brilliant 36-point, 10-rebound masterclass. This demonstration of depth might embolden the organization to take an ultra-conservative approach with their 5-time All-NBA forward, especially knowing that far greater challenges await in later playoff rounds against more formidable opponents like the New York Knicks, Cleveland Cavaliers, or defending champion Milwaukee Bucks. The complexity of Boston's predicament extends beyond just this series, as the organization must balance immediate playoff success against their long-term championship window. Having secured the Eastern Conference's top seed with a dominant 64-18 regular season record, the Celtics entered these playoffs as overwhelming favorites to reach the NBA Finals. Any prolonged absence from Tatum, particularly one that extends into potential matchups against more dangerous opponents, could dramatically alter that calculus. Historical context adds another layer to this unfolding drama, as Boston's recent playoff experiences have been defined by injuries to key players at pivotal moments. From Gordon Hayward's injury woes during their 2020 Eastern Conference Finals run to Robert Williams III's limitations during their 2022 NBA Finals appearance against the Golden State Warriors, the specter of ill-timed health issues has haunted this franchise's championship pursuits. This institutional memory likely weighs heavily on the minds of President of Basketball Operations Brad Stevens and the medical staff as they chart the optimal recovery path for their franchise cornerstone. The injury situation becomes even more complicated when considering Jaylen Brown's recent health concerns. Just days before the playoff opener, reports emerged that Brown had received pain management injections in his right knee to promote healing ahead of the postseason. After missing the final 3 regular season games, Brown has returned with impressive performances, particularly in Game 2, where he stepped up magnificently in Tatum's absence. Boston's championship hopes now rest significantly on Brown's continued health and brilliance, alongside contributions from key role players like Kristaps Porzingis, Derek White, and veteran Al Horford. Brown's comments following Game 2 reveal both his humility and the team's quiet confidence in their collective ability to overcome adversity. "Obviously, JT is the offensive leader of our team," Brown acknowledged. "We all kind of play off of him, but any given night I could rise to the occasion. I just do what the team needs me to do. I've taken that mentality, and I think sometimes people think that's the only thing that you can do. So tonight I got lucky, I guess, but we'll be ready for the next one." This statement perfectly encapsulates the Celtics' championship DNA, a team built not around individual heroics, but collective excellence and mutual support. As the series shifts to Orlando's Amway Center for Games 3 and 4, all eyes will be on Boston's injury report and whether Tatum attempts to play through his wrist injury. The decision will reverberate throughout the NBA landscape and potentially reshape the entire playoff picture. For a Celtics organization that has reached the precipice of championship glory multiple times in recent years, only to fall short, this medical dilemma represents yet another test of their championship mettle and organizational wisdom. The next several days will reveal whether Boston's cautious approach with their superstar proves prescient or costly in their pursuit of Banner 18. Sports fans, this developing situation could be the inflection point that determines the 2025 NBA champion. If you're as fascinated by this high-stakes medical drama as I am, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Would you rest Tatum until the second round, or roll the dice and play him in Game 3? Your basketball knowledge and passion drive these conversations, and I can't wait to see what you think about this critical moment for the Celtics' championship aspirations.